Zara pressed her pale blue fingers against the cold metal wall of the human ship. Her heart raced as footsteps echoed down the corridor. She had been hiding in this ventilation shaft for 3 days now, watching the strange bipedal creatures that had captured her vessel. The humans moved with purpose through their pristine white hallways. Their faces showed no emotion as they studied her people's technology. Zara's own ship lay in pieces in their cargo bay, dismantled like a broken toy. She was the last survivor of the Kepler expedition. Her crew of 12 had been killed when the human warship appeared from nowhere. The humans had disabled their weapons and boarded within minutes. Zara had watched through security feeds as her captain tried to surrender. The humans showed no mercy. Now she waited in the shadows, learning their language through their computer systems. The translation matrix in her neural implant worked overtime to decode their communications. What she discovered chilled her to the bone. The humans were preparing for war against her entire species. They called it Operation Starfall. Within weeks, a massive fleet would strike at the heart of the Kepler homeworld. Billions would die. Zara knew she had to act, but every attempt to access their communication systems had failed. The humans had advanced security beyond anything her people possessed. Each door remained locked against her desperate fingers. She crawled through another maintenance tunnel, her slim form barely fitting through the narrow space. Her silver hair caught on metal edges as she moved. The humans were smaller than her people, but their ships were built for efficiency, not comfort. Through a ventilation grate, she watched the human command center. A woman with short brown hair stood before a massive display screen. The name tag on her uniform read Commander Lisa Hayes. She was giving orders to prepare the fleet. Zara studied the woman's face. Unlike the male officers, Lisa showed traces of doubt when she thought no one was looking. Her brown eyes held a sadness that seemed familiar. Perhaps she understood the weight of what they planned to do. The alien woman made her decision. She would approach this Lisa Hayes directly. It was dangerous, probably fatal, but her people's survival depended on someone listening to reason. That night, Zara waited in Lisa's private quarters. The human commander entered at exactly 2300 hours, just as she had for the past 3 nights. Lisa moved to her desk and began reviewing tactical reports. Zara stepped from the shadows. Lisa spun around, her hand moving to the weapon at her side. But something made her pause. Perhaps it was the way Zara held her hands open and empty, or maybe it was the desperate hope in her violet eyes. "Please," Zara whispered in carefully practiced English. "I must speak with you." Lisa's finger hovered over her emergency beacon. One touch would bring a dozen soldiers running. But she didn't press it. Instead, she studied this tall, graceful creature with skin like moonlight. "You're from the ship we captured," Lisa said slowly. Zara nodded. "I am the last. My name is Zara. I know of your plans to attack my world." "Then you know there's nothing to discuss," Lisa replied coldly. "Your people fired first. They destroyed 3 of our colonies." "That was not my people," Zara said urgently. "Those were the Void Raiders, a criminal faction we have fought for centuries. They used stolen Kepler ships to hide their true nature." Lisa's expression didn't change. "Our intelligence says otherwise." "Your intelligence is wrong." Zara took a step closer, her voice growing desperate. "Commander Hayes, I have seen your files. You have children on Earth. 2 daughters named Amy and Kate. If you attack Kepler Prime, we will have no choice but to respond. The war will consume both our species." Lisa's hand tightened on her weapon. "How do you know about my daughters?" "I have been watching, learning. Your people are not evil, just as mine are not. We are both victims of those who would see us destroy each other." The human commander stood silent for a long moment. When she finally spoke, her voice was barely audible. "Even if I believed you, it's too late. The orders come from Earth High Command. The fleet launches in 18 hours. Zara felt her last hope crumbling. Every door had closed in her face. The military hierarchy, the political chains of command, the simple human fear of the unknown. All had rejected her pleas for peace. But then she remembered something from the human databases she had studied. Their history was full of individuals who changed everything through personal sacrifice. Humans respected such gestures in ways her own people never had. She looked directly into Lisa's eyes and made her final offer. "Then take my body instead," she whispered. Lisa stepped back in confusion. "What?" "Use me as your proof," Zara continued, her voice growing stronger. I will submit to any test, any interrogation. Scan my memories, analyze my genetic structure. Do whatever you need to verify my words. But let my people live. I don't understand. Zara moved closer, her violet eyes blazing with determination. Your scientists have been trying to decode Kepler technology for months. Our neural pathways are the key. Link my mind to your computers. Extract everything I know about my people's defenses, our weaknesses, our technology. Lisa's eyes widened. That would kill you. Yes, Zara said simply. But it would also prove that the Void Raiders are your true enemy. My memories will show you the difference between their ships and ours. You will see that we are not the monsters you think we are. The human commander sat down heavily in her chair. Why would you do this? Because my people have a saying, Zara replied softly. One life given freely is worth more than 1,000 taken by force. If my death can save both our species from pointless war, then it has meaning. Lisa stared at this alien woman who looked so different, yet spoke with such familiar human concepts of honor and sacrifice. For the first time since receiving her orders, she felt a crack in her certainty. The neural extraction would be incredibly painful, Lisa warned. Our technology isn't designed for Kepler physiology. You would remain conscious throughout the entire process. I understand. And there's no guarantee anyone would believe what we find. The evidence could be dismissed as fabrication. I understand that too. Lisa stood up and walked to her window. Beyond the transparent aluminum, stars glittered in the endless black of space. Somewhere among them was Kepler Prime, home to 12 billion souls who had no idea their death warrant had been signed. I have sworn an oath to protect humanity, Lisa said quietly. And I have sworn to protect my people, Zara replied. Perhaps today we can protect both. The human commander turned back to face her unexpected visitor. In Zara's alien features, she saw something achingly familiar. The same expression she wore when tucking her daughters into bed, promising to keep them safe from the dangers of the universe. If I do this, Lisa said slowly, if I authorize the neural extraction, you'll be condemning yourself to the worst death imaginable. Zara smiled, and for a moment her alien features seemed almost human. Commander Hayes, I have already died. 3 days ago when I watched your people kill my friends. What you offer me now is not death but purpose. Lisa walked to her communication terminal. Her finger hovered over the controls that would connect her to the ship's science division. One call would set everything in motion. The extraction would take place within hours. She thought of her daughters sleeping peacefully on Earth. She thought of the Kepler children who would never see another sunrise if Operation Starfall proceeded. She thought of this strange, brave woman who was willing to endure agony to save strangers. Lisa pressed the button. Dr. Patricia Kane to Commander's quarters, Priority Alpha, she said into the comm. Bring the full neural interface array. Zara closed her violet eyes and whispered a prayer in her native tongue. When she opened them again, they held no fear, only hope. Thank you, she said simply. As they waited for the science team to arrive, Lisa found herself studying this alien woman with new eyes. Zara was taller than any human. Her skin held a subtle luminescence that seemed to pulse with her heartbeat, and her silver hair moved as if touched by an unfelt breeze. Yet beneath these differences, Lisa recognized something profoundly familiar: courage. The willingness to sacrifice everything for others. What's Kepler Prime like? Lisa asked quietly. Zara's expression softened. Beautiful. We have 7 moons that create aurora displays every night. The children love to count the colors. Purple, gold, silver, green. My daughter would be watching them now if she were alive. You have a daughter. Had. She died in the Void Raider attack on our outer colonies last year. She was only 60 seasons old. Lisa did the mental conversion. Barely 12 in human years. I'm sorry. She wanted to be an explorer like me. To see the stars and meet new species. Zara looked directly at Lisa. She would have loved to meet humans. She always said the universe was too big for any one people to see it all alone. The door chimed, and Dr. Kane entered with 2 assistants carrying the neural interface equipment. The elderly scientist took one look at Zara and nearly dropped her medical scanner. Commander, this is highly irregular, Dr. Kane protested. We have no idea how Kepler neurology will react to direct interface. The subject could experience massive system shock. The subject has a name, Lisa said firmly, and she's volunteered for this procedure. Dr. Kane studied Zara with scientific curiosity. The neural pathways are